Okay, welcome back to 12 Watch Media. In today's episode, you are about to hear a 911 call that we can confirm was a prank call that led to the death of a young man in Atlanta, Georgia. This woman, as you're about to hear, calls the police and makes a ton of accusations that require a police response, and it's incredible to actually hear this 911 call. But we can confirm that the woman was arrested and has been charged. And at the end of the video, we have a legal expert who is a prosecutor as well as a defense attorney. He's going to break down the case, discuss some of the potential charges that this woman could face. As well, there's a twist. He's gonna also explain some of the potential defenses that she could be potentially utilizing to defend herself. But it's a sad situation. Condolences to the family. This young man he lost his life, as a result of this prank 911 call. Roll the clip.
Atlanta 911 operator 8715. What is the location of your emergency?
The location is
the cab with the transfer. 1 second, ma'am, for 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
273 William Nye.
Yeah.
No, it's 273 William. Oh, you said Nye, NYE, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, the cab. Hello, caller.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
Actually, both. If you consider both, there was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house. And
What's your name?
I'm sorry. What is my name?
Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch.
You're hearing it for yourself. This woman has called 911 and made a report that there is an active shooting going on at a house, that she claims that she can see men with guns. What type of response are you expecting? What do you think is gonna happen when you call and you say this to a police department? Roll the clip.
And basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting.
Shooting?
She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
Now that we know and we have confirmed that this was a prank call, it just sounds so ridiculous. This woman has claimed that there's 7 men walking in and out of a house with guns waving in the air, shooting. A woman being, I guess, assaulted by a man. And you would think that that's enough, but she's gonna pour it on even thicker. It actually gets worse.
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
She said it's happening now. You don't hear any shots in the call.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive?
Yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
She has claimed that this woman
is
bleeding.
Anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to.
Now she's saying it's a hostage situation.
He ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. He's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
She is reporting a hostage situation with 7 guys with guns. What kind of response are you expecting?
Give me one moment.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
She done added a child into the situation now. It's just crazy. This is important to see the time that this the amount of time.
Okay, you said the female was naked?
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay.
I've been reading a lot about people saying it took.
Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low haircut.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
She fast.
Regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get. Okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female?
She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds.
This woman is making this all up. She's making all of this up. Like, what's crazy about this? She is making all of this up.
Okay, give me one moment. Let me get EMS on the line.
Okay.
Now watch this. This is crazy because a lot of people are talking about how long it took EMS to arrive. Some people saying it took over half an hour for him to get medical treatment, and that's a big.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be
That's
answered
the first
in
call.
order received.
They saying that he ruptured his femoral artery, and that's a pressurized artery. A lot of doctors say you don't have that much time when you have an injury like that. And
you have reached Grady EMS.
This
Do
is
not
2
hang
calls
up.
to
Your
the
call will be
EMS.
answered in order received.
They can't even reach EMS, so they said that that's a major concern in the social media right now, that the EMS response time is being talked about.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang
Hello,
up.
ma'am.
Calls.
Can you tell me what they're doing right now?
Right now they're still battling. She's trying to get out, and the person is refusing to let her get out.
Hostage situation.
You have reached Grady
4
EMS.
calls
Do
to
not hang up.
EMS.
Your call will be answered in order received.
This is crazy.
Hey, Grady, it's Atlanta with a transfer. The caller is advising 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast. Let me give you a little bit about what's going on at this location. There's a male at the location that's fighting a female. She is naked. A shooting. Shots were fired. About 3 shots were fired.
Repeat the address for me.
273 William Nye, NYE Drive, Southeast.
Oh, okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, call her and let her know what happened.
Hello.
Well, before I get into that,
Look how slow this is.
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this
She's
girl
trying to hurry it up.
he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. There is like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Ma'am, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
There's a situation going on in this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house. and they're holding her hostage, and then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Atlanta, what's your operator number?
8715.
And you already have PD en route?
If they want to know if the police there, they not going.
Okay, stand by for
What's
fire.
your operator? You want fire?
Stand by. I'm not sure if the protocol's been requested.
Okay.
Are you, ma'am, are you with the patient now?
No, I'm a neighborhood watch. I'm just literally a neighborhood watch. I'm
She
not
said
in
she
the
a
house.
neighborhood watch.
Okay, no problem. About how old do you think she is?
She has to be about maybe. She looks a little underage, but I don't want to say that. You know, looks can be deceiving. So she's roughly, I'll say between, let's just say between 18 and 21. Somewhere between those. There.
Is she awake?
What do you mean? Is she awake? He's beating her
Is she
bloody.
conscious?
He's beating her bloody. I'm not. He's dragged her back in the house.
This
Is she
is
breathing?
crazy.
Ma'am, he dragged her back in the house.
Okay, I understand that. I'm going to ask you some more questions. I understand you're not able to see what exactly is going on now. But just answer the questions to the best of your ability.
Okay.
Were any weapons involved?
Everyone in the house has weapons.
Okay.
The 7 guys that live there, they're roommates or something like that. I don't know if all 7 live there, but it's typically about the same amount that's there every day.
This is
Okay.
crazy.
Is there any serious bleeding?
She's bleeding from her face, like the whole front of her face. She's bleeding profusely, and then there's a
Okay.
child involved.
Okay, is she responding normally?
Are you serious, ma'am?
Yes, I'm serious. I need to know for the paramedics if she's completely alert.
I kind of hear some sirens in the
How can I
background.
assess if she is alert? If
But
I just
allegedly
told her
the
they
woman-
dragged her back in the house.
So like I advised earlier, just answer to the best of your ability.
She was breathing when she was outside trying to get away.
Hello, caller. If you don't know, you can just say unknown. That'll
Okay.
suffice.
I don't-
Okay.
Okay.
Is she having any difficulty breathing?
I don't know.
Thank you for that. Atlanta is not requesting for fire to go out there.
Okay, we do have PD started to this location. 2 officers are en route.
I'm clear on 2 officers en route. Thank you.
All right, Atlanta is disconnecting. All right, thank you, caller.
Okay, ma'am, I'm sending the paramedics to help.
All right, the woman accused of making a fake 911 call before the death of rapper Young Scooter has been granted a
Demetria
$7,500
Spence.
bond. Right now, Demetria Spence remains behind bars in a Fulton County jail. In addition to the bond, the judge ordered Spence to stay away from the scene and witnesses. Atlanta police say they just could not confirm the reports made on the 911 call. Spence was arrested after being identified as the 911 caller. The caller claimed that there were armed men at a home in Lakewood Heights, and say she saw a naked woman being dragged inside. The Fulton County medical examiner says young Scooters, whose real name is Kenneth Bailey, died from an injury to his leg, which likely he got from trying to jump a fence. Bailey's
Condolences to
family
the
released a
family.
statement saying, in part, young Scooter was more than just a hip-hop artist. He was a phenomenal father and mentor to a lot of Atlanta's youth. Here now to examine the case is former Fulton County prosecutor Daryl Cohen. He's also he's currently a criminal defense attorney. Welcome back to the show, Daryl.
Good morning. Thanks so much. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Give us your initial take on this bizarre case.
It is so bizarre that it's unthinkable, but I want you to be aware that I also was a victim of swatting after I did a piece for you guys. So I'm well familiar with it. What happens? Somebody makes a call, says there's a terrible crime taking place at this particular address. The police normally respond in force because if it's that bad, they're going to be there in force to try and stop it. And what happens?
Now I can reference an instance that happened. It was an incident. It was actually some kids. I think you can look this up on Google. It was like they was playing Call of Duty. One of the kids got upset. I guess he might have lost or whatever. He get the other kid's IP address. He swats the house. The officers have a duty to respond. They get a call like this, they have a duty to respond. They respond to the call. They end up killing the boy father. So major lawsuit, but I think that they even convicted and sentenced that young child out. He might have got like a life sentence, something crazy. It's no joke. These kids need to understand that these crimes carry some heavy punishment.
Here, the police arrived. Two gentlemen left through the back door and ran. Why they ran, we may never know.
Hold it right there too. Let's clear up a couple things. This is the report that when the officers arrived to the house, these dudes in the house minding their own business, celebrating, a birthday, and I guess somebody opened the door. Oh, it's the police, and for whatever reason, a couple of them decided to run out the back door. Just to be clear, that there is nothing illegal in that. There is nothing unlawful for you to say, hey man, the police are here. I don't want to be here. I'm out of here. The police haven't directly contacted anyone. They haven't said, hey, you have the right to leave. So that is, a lot of people are talking about that, why they run and this and that. Well, it is nothing illegal with that. And I did just want to, put that out there.
But as a result of them running, we have one person deceased because he ran, he hurt himself or cut his foot, cut his leg on a fence, and he died. This is what makes it terrible. Not the fact that there's a phone call. Who cares? No big deal. But when that phone call turns into a law enforcement presence, when that phone call turns into someone or some people, in this case, running, some people can get hurt, they can get murdered, they can get killed, and in this case, someone was obviously killed as a result of that swatting call. And by the way, it's not only a felony in Georgia, it is also a felony in the United States. There's a federal law about swatting as well.
How severe can the penalties be with this?
They can be several years in prison.
Wow.
And I think what happens is most people who make these calls don't think about it. It's just, I'm going to get even, I'm mad, I'm unhappy, whatever it may be, and they don't think about tomorrow and tomorrow's tomorrow. It's the law of unintended consequences, and as a result of that, they get arrested, they get indicted, they get prosecuted, and at some point they enter a plea of guilty, or they are going for a trial by jury, and in all likelihood they'll be found guilty, and then they're looking at incarceration.
So tell us, if you were the prosecution on this case, how would you approach it?
I would, one, look at the victim. He's dead. I would, two, look at the defendant and see, does she have a previous record? Is she 19, 20, 25, 40, whatever it may be? Does she have a record of doing anything else? If this is what I call an OTO, or one time only, I would prosecute her and probably recommend a little bit of jail time, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and that's it. But if she has a record for doing anything else that's real...
Did he say a month? 2 months? 3 months? Whew. The streets, they ain't trying to hear that. Them boys in Atlanta are not trying to hear that.
Out of what she should be doing, whatever that record may be, then I would increase my recommendation. But you don't want the recommendation to be so high as to ask for a trial by jury, because that takes up so much time, and in this type of situation, it ought to be worked out.
Quickly, give me your perspective from this. Okay,
this is what this is all about. After the death, you want to send a message to people: you don't do this.
Gotcha.
I don't care how upset you are. I don't care how mad you are or how cute you think it is. It isn't.
Give me your take from the defensive side, right? If you were the defense attorney, how would you handle it?
I would say to her, KYD, BMS, keep your damn big mouth shut. Let me do the talking. I would say she didn't mean anything by it. She was upset. Maybe that was her ex-boyfriend. Maybe she just was unhappy. She didn't mean for anything bad to happen. She wanted to teach them a lesson. So let's mitigate it. And I would bring it down. I would have people in her behalf testifying if necessary, providing statements otherwise, saying she's a good person. She just made a mistake.
Gotcha. All right.
So I'd minimize it.
Gotcha. Attorney Darrell Cohen, thanks for joining us, giving us that insight. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me be here.
All right. A balloon release will be held.
Man, it's a lot of people really, really emotional about this, and hearing that the punishment could be as little as a month, that's not sitting very well. A lot of people on social media saying that she might be safer to stay in jail. It's a lot of people that they, what I mean, that want her to get out of jail. They don't even want to. Man, it's unfortunate, man. Condolences to the family.
Later for Young Scooter, it will be at the Bessie Brand Park. It'll be from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock tonight. We got plenty more stories for you. This is The Take on 11 Live Plus. We'll be back right after this.
Atlanta 911 operator 87.